Calc, did you know that it was going to be a 4-hole aggregate playoff at that point, or where was your mind? Because this was the first one. Were you aware at that time?
I had no idea because, at the start of the week, you're not worried about what the playoff hole is going to be. Once right up until Wayne Grady didn't birdie 18, he had a little chip from the back of the green and made par. And then I asked the R&A official, I said, I assume we're going back to 18. I had no idea. He says, no, we're going to 1. And 1's the easiest hole in the course. It's a driver and a 60-yard little L wedge shot with just a couple of little bunkers out there. And I said, well, that's a strange hole for a sudden death playoff. He says, no, we're playing 1, 2, 17, 18. So I said, oh, thank God. And it was a relief because anything can happen in sudden death on one hole. So I thought, oh, this is great. I got 4 holes to, do something and hopefully come out on top. And that's kind of the way it worked out.
All right. So you correct me that Greg Norman goes crazy in that final round. And then you noted that in the first 2 holes of the playoff, he went birdie, birdie. There's only 4 holes. So if I may, take us through what happened with you and with Wayne and with Greg on those 4 holes.
All right. Well, Greg birdied the first hole from about 10 feet. Wayne and I parred. The second hole, I kind of thinned a 9-iron because, the fairways were dead. It was really hard to hit it super solid to the back edge, about 30 feet past the hole. I don't remember what Wayne did, but I know he made par. And then Greg hit it in there about 12 feet again. But I putted first and made my 30-footer.
Oh.
And then Greg poured his 12-footer in. So he was, that's what I'm thinking. Is he going to birdie every hole on me out here or what? So he was 2 under. I was 1 under, and Wayne Grady was even. So then we go over to 17, long par 3. And Greg steps up and just roasts this 3-iron. Beautiful shot. Right in the middle of the green, but it went just over. I hit a 3-iron on the green, and Wayne Grady hit it in the bunker. Now here's where what I couldn't believe my eyes at. Greg was literally 5 feet over the green, but there was no grass there, but there was one weed in front of, about a foot in front of him, dead in his line, but it was a tall, skinny weed, and I think he pulled out a 7-iron, and I whacked my caddy on the shoulders. I said, can you believe he's chipping this? I would have putted it every single day of my life. I would have putted it from there. And he chipped it about 10 feet by. Wayne had a super hard bunker shot, hit it 20 feet by. I hit my 30-footer, tap in. Wayne missed, and Greg missed. So now we're both 1 under, and Wayne's 1 over. And so on 18 in regulation, I hit a really good drive, not my all-time best, and I was only about 4 yards short of that bunker called the coffin bunker. And then Greg got up and just blistered one. And I was watching. I was on the left side of the tee, and I was watching it, and I thought to myself, if this kicks a little right, it was a solid fade right down the middle. If this kicks a little right, it might catch the corner of that bunker, and it kicked right. And he was already 20 yards off the tee, and it kept rolling and rolling and rolling. And back then, my eyes were good. And I saw it catch the corner of that little bunker. And I'm like, oh, that's dead. He's going to have to chip out. And then, I hit a bad drive because I was afraid of hitting it in that bunker. So I kind of hit this fan drive out to the right, 201 yards from the hole, but I had a good lie in the rough and just hit the 5-iron of my life. It looked like it was about 3 feet from back there, but it was about 7 feet short. And that's when Greg decided he needed to try to do something heroic and get it out of that bunker as far up there as he could. And then he hit it in the cross bunker, and then he hit that one in the clubhouse, and that was essentially it. So at that point, I knew I could 3-putt from 7 feet and win the Open. But my only thought, and I've never had this thought before that or since, don't double hit it. If you watch the replay, I kind of short stroked it and recoiled a little bit. It barely got to the front edge and fell in. And again, my wacky brain comes up with these things, but that was it. And then, the next thing, I don't even remember what I said in the speech. No recollection of that. The next thing I really remember was riding back to the hotel in Ayr. It was called the British Caledonian with the claret jug in my lap, and my caddy sitting next to me, and we just started laughing and said, what the heck just happened? And that was it. Amazing.
When did the realization of what just happened settle in? How did winning a major championship, or did it change Mark Calcavecchia?
Well, the next morning, of course, I was in coach back there holding the claret jug, and the captain came back to me and congratulated me. He says, "We can't have our open champion sitting back here and coach." So so that was the first perk. He brought me up to first class. So that was fun. But just it was a great couple weeks in my life. Went back to Phoenix, which is where I was living at the time, and uh, my wife was due with. We didn't know she was a girl. We didn't know, but she was a girl, and she was born 2 weeks late. So she was born Tuesday of the PGA that was at Kemper Lakes. So we named her Brittany, Brett for short, and that's how she got her name from me winning the Open. So that was pretty cool.